Good morning. Today is Friday, but is it really? Welcome to Coffee and Tarot time. How's everybody doing? Have you caught up on all my new stuff I'm throwing out there? Well, I do offer the lunchtime quickie. Who doesn't like a little quickie? It's a FaceTime. We'll do FaceTime. It's only $25. It's like 10 minutes all. Although, I always give longer. And it's fun. I think it's fun. So sometimes you need a break during the day and you want to, catch up on your spirituality. You got a question to ask about maybe a coworker, your boss, or you just need like a little shot in the arm, I'm here for you. So give me a shout out. I'll put how to book a reading right here. I I always do this to myself. I always do it to myself. I get to a point where I don't promote myself enough. And I realize that, my readings slow down. But not only that, I'm in a live and some of the people come in who follow me and they're like, oh, do you still do readings? Like they don't even know if I do them anymore. So, and I mean, I have like a group of regulars, but I'm home now 100%. I'm totally retired now. So if you want to book, I am available. Just follow the bouncing ball right down here. So anyway, let's see what we have. It is cold in my neck of the woods, but it's November. I'm going to start decorating pretty soon. I will do pictures. I have an assortment of themes. Last year I did, and I do like a 6-foot pencil tree. I'm past the real big trees. And last year it came out really pretty. I wanted a white tree so bad, and my kids were like, oh, you don't want a white tree. It's like an old lady thing. I don't know how they became, So anyway, they're telling me it's an old lady thing, and I got one anyway. And I did. It was so pretty. It was white. I did the white lights because you could pick whatever lights you want. And then I did all brown with it. It was like just a brown and white tree. And it looked so pretty. I was very proud of that little white tree. But this year I'm doing a different thing. Because my kitchen's white now, I decided to do a black and white check and with a hint of red. So that's my new theme. And I know I have more than enough stuff. I just have to get in my garage this weekend and kind of sort and pull things out. But that's where I'm headed to. Okay, let's see what we have. Oops, that one fell out. Although you can't see it. King of Cups. Hold on, let me fix you, chickadees. So, King of Cups. Usually when we see the King of Cups, it tells us that either us, and don't get caught up in the gender, either us or someone else's behavior is a little bit sometimes over the top, okay? King of Cups is our water sign. He's our Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And this could be anyone. It doesn't always have to be a love interest. It can be anybody you know. So when we see the King of Cups, we have to say to ourselves, is somebody kind of love bombing us, or are we love bombing someone else? Or do we need to be a little bit more gracious with certain things and certain people? Because really the King of Cups, he's in love. Well, he's just in love with love. So, it's like meeting that guy and having like 2 or 3 dates and he's like, oh, I think I love you. Look, you don't even know me. So you don't love nothing. Or vice versa, you meeting someone and thinking you're loving this person. Trust me, it takes a while for the real them to come out, but eventually it does come out. So when the King of Cups shows up, it kind of tells us, be a little mindful, but on both ends. Be mindful if this is being done to you, you're doing it to someone else, or if you need to mellow yourself out a little bit, if you need to kind of take the King of, did I say swords? I'm sorry. The King of Cups kind of attitude, where, he's just kind of gracious and he's slow, methodical in his thinking. So the Eight of Cups talks about walking away from something that's still standing, which is usually the hardest, If you're in a really crappy relationship, it's easy to walk away from because it's a crappy relationship. If you're in a crappy job, well, it's easy to walk away from because it's a crappy job. You see where I'm going with this? But when we get the Eight of Cups, it's hard to walk away from something because it's still standing. So you could be involved with someone, hence Mr. King of Cups. You could be involved with someone who is really a great person, but it's just not really, ringing your bell for some reason. Some people just they don't have that chemistry. I always say one man's poison is another man's pleasure. So this person here has found the strength to kind of walk away. Now, this is Eight of Cups, right? And there's one cup missing, which would make it the Nine. So this tells me you, who is watching this video, is probably trying to walk away from something that it would bring your wish. Okay, does that make sense? So it would bring a wish by you moving away from this and by you going to higher grounds. And it could be a marriage, or it just could be Mr. King of Cups, wants to, solidify this relationship, and you're just not ready. You're not ready because you're ready to walk away. So the only good thing about this is you are in the driver's seat. Okay. Now, if this is you got to maybe slow down. We don't want to be wearing our wedding gown on our second date. That's an old saying. We don't want to be doing that. We got to slow our roll a little bit. And, you know, maybe this person is in the middle of leaving a relationship that he's already involved with, which is usually taboo. I'm just going to say it. It's usually taboo. Um, but you have to kind of slow down too and think about what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? If this is you, slow down a little bit. Don't be confessing love and thinking they're the ones when you haven't really given it enough of time. Okay. So I would say with and this is a card of Taurus. I don't know if that helps, but we have two water signs here. I mean, two water cards, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So I don't know if that gives you any idea, or if it's, particularly for one person, a few. We are in Scorpio season. So anyway, so if you are involved with this person, maybe a little bit too much for you. If you're not, and this is you, you may be thinking of leaving a situation. Hopefully that made sense. Sometimes they don't make sense to me, but they make sense to you guys, which they should, because I'm not reading for me, I'm reading for other guys. Reading for you guys. Got the wrap on today. I'm heading out very soon. But anyway, all right. So, afternoon quickie. Book here for the reading. It's at lunchtime. I guess it doesn't have to be lunchtime. It could be anytime you want. But all right, this is Coffee and Tarot time. I am the Queen of Wands. All right, everyone. Have a great day.